The International Institute of Journalism in Abuja has hosted a seminar calling on African media to rethink their approach to storytelling by moving away from colonial-influenced narratives and embracing solution-driven journalism. Our correspondent Zainab Akogun reports.
News that only highlights crisis leaves society in despair, but news with solutions sparks hope. At the seminar, the director of the National Institute of Journalism, Dr. Emma Shehu, emphasized that solution-oriented reporting gives audiences a fuller understanding of events, capturing not just the problem, but also how communities respond to finding solutions.
Selling news, therefore, means that the negative aspect will be emphasized over the positive aspect. But the people in the global north have found a way of mitigating the negativity. There is always a follow-up. There is always a way of expanding the story. You can see even what happened with Charlie Clark. Already the narrative started to change even from that night. Put within their own system a way of starting from the negative and moving to the positive, and moving away from the subject of the story to a wider subject of the society. So this is what we need to do ourselves, to look at how we can move away from only looking at the negative, disaster, disaster, disaster.
In his remarks, the Secretary of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Chike Chud, noted that journalists must understand the role of journalism, its responsibilities, and the challenges confronting the profession.
Whatever it takes to enhance it, because it's not just about our love for journalism. It's not about that. Yes, we love journalism because it is called the noble profession, and I don't know how many journalists actually have ever really thought about that word. Men and women of the noble profession. It is deep, but we take it lightly because the implication is that these are a special breed of people who, in society play a very critical role for the good and advancement of society.
The gathering further emphasized that reframing stories through solution journalism can strengthen public trust, inspire innovation, and foster development across the continent.
What we are talking about now is journalism of solving problems, not journalism of identifying and giving news that this happens. If something happens, like so many crises that are here and there, spend time, investigate it. Look at all the angles about it. Bring people.
It's one of the noblest of professions. And then when you look at, America, or if you've heard of Watergate scandal, the two journalists who spilled the beans, so to speak, they became stars. Investigative journalism, that's another area that our own journalists can double down. Investigative journalism, you go and find the evidence, do your research.
From radicalization to de-radicalization and bringing out positive resilient stories that will portray Nigeria in very proper light and begin, as he said, people begin to help us to rebuild our system. Now, our whole journalism ethos, our whole journalism foundation is still based on foreign-based issues.
With a theme from colonial narrative to solution journalism, the seminar reaffirmed the role of African media in transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and societal change. Zainab Akogun, reporting for Captain TV News, Abuja.